Here we are at the finish line. It's been a year full of bombings, pandemics, big storms, worst of all, dissertations, but here we are.
But it's not all been doom and gloom, and we have reported on some uplifting and light-hearted stories this year. So come and join us as we look back from our favourite moments of the past year.
Thanks everyone for joining us. I'm Ryan Gorman.
And I'm Kitty Vavasor, joined by our sports presenter Tess Penman.
Hello.
We kicked off the year with an exclusive interview with Serena Kennedy, the new Chief Constable of Merseyside. Tess, you attended her talk. How did that go?
It was a bit tense. We asked her a few questions about the rise in hate crime in the city centre and racial profiling and the trying to recruit more people in the police force, but she was quite prepared for our questions, and she said afterwards to the other officers that she got a grilling from us, so I think we did quite well.
Oh, well, there you go. Here's the final piece put together by today's director, Romy Grigg, and cameraman/editor, Joe Foley.
Merseyside's Chief Constable Serena Kennedy announced her six-part strategy for Merseyside's police force in her annual speech at Liverpool John Moores University. She gave an exclusive interview to MerseyNewsLive before the speech, highlighting her aim of prevention of crime is better than cure, with a focus on the force building community relationships. She also defended the purchase of the £46 million new police headquarters in Merseyside.
One of my priorities as Chief Constable is absolutely about community engagement. That's both from a partnership perspective and from our community's perspective. So the headquarters will enable closer working relationships internally and externally.
The Chief Executive from the College of Policing, Andy Marsh, gave his opinion on what he was expecting from Chief Constable Kennedy's speech.
I think it's important that she's picked on prevention as one of the first things she wants to talk about. And actually, when you look at the Pelian principles of policing, prevention is one of the first principles. And the sign of a good police force is one where there's an absence of crime.
We are the pebble, the partners and us are the pebble that create the ripples. So we've got some really good examples. What I want is to deliver that in every community, so you get that really close working relationship. It needs more resources and it needs additional funding.
In the meantime, the Chief pledged to continue what she calls the relentless pursuit of criminals who blight the lives of our communities. Romy Grigg, MerseyNewsLive.
Over the years, Liverpool has been at the heart of many major news stories, such as Hillsborough and James Bolger. These are etched into the city's history, and only last week a 15-year-old girl was shot while waiting for a bus home from school.
And on November 25th, the city went into mourning for 12-year-old Ava White, tributes marking the spot where she died as hundreds of others gathered to watch the switching on of the Christmas lights. We also can't forget the city has experienced its first terrorist attack since the 70s. Rhoda and Giovanna, you were at the Women's Hospital.
I think it was a very surreal experience. Everyone was quite shocked at what happened to the city here in Liverpool. I think no one expected something like this to happen.
Remembrance Sunday, a terrorist attack took place in Liverpool city centre. The passenger, Ahmad al-Swilmeen, was declared dead at the scene after detonating the bomb. The taxi driver, David Perry, managed to escape the car and was treated for injuries. Since then, more than £40,000 has been raised for him as a show of thanks and support from the public. 4 men were arrested in connection with the car explosion that evening, but were released shortly after, and the Prime Minister increased the terror threat level from substantial to severe. The incident has left the community concerned for their welfare. LGMU Vice-Chancellor of Strategic Initiatives, Phil Vickerman, said steps have been put in place to protect the university.
There's not been significant sort of issues of concern raised by students. We have had staff that have asked us what further things we're doing, and some of it is just reinforcing what we're doing, but also demonstrating that we are taking appropriate actions as need be.
The attack was the first of its nature to occur in Liverpool. We can only hope it will be the last. Kitty Vavasor from MerseyNewsLive.
In February, Liverpool was hit by a number of storms, making for challenging conditions for the public and presenters.
The rain, I think the mix of the rain and the people just heading to work all at the same time just was a nightmare getting through.
Storm barriers in swing all across the UK. It's been said that Merseyside's going to be avoiding the brunt of it, but as you can see, it's still been pretty badly affected. Cheshire's been issued with the yellow weather warning. North Wales can be facing winds up to 70 miles per hour. So be ready for a gusty week ahead of you. Back to you in the studio.
Although you always see us on screen, we have a mega news team producing the website MerseyNewsLive and our fortnightly magazine along with radio bulletins. Like us, they cover news and features from around the region, and the readership comes from as far afield as America and Finland. We caught up with some of them earlier today.
So it's face to face or on the phone that I probably could not have done 2 years ago when we started.
I really enjoyed doing the Santa Dash. I think that was quite good because we got a press pass, so we got to look behind the scenes a bit. And then I got to interview Jamie Carragher with Tess, so I think that was a real highlight.
I really enjoyed writing the story about the Chief Constable. She came in and we interviewed her, and we got to do a double page spread on the magazine, and we also wrote a story on the day, so it was like being in a real newsroom because we had to turn it around quite quickly, so that was fun.
I interviewed a comedian for about a new open mic night that he was starting, and it was really interesting, the interview, and to actually be able to go and interview someone in person, you know, after being stuck at home doing Zoom interviews for a year, it was great. Being able to just actually go and do things, you know, being able to use the facilities, being able to interview people, yeah, just that really, being able to actually get involved a bit more.
And some of them are here with us now, Joe.
What are you most proud of this year in terms of the news that you've produced?
I did a story for the magazine about something called the Turtle Song Project, which was about professional musicians being paired up with people suffering with dementia and memory loss, and together they made a few songs and did a concert at the end of the programme, and I interviewed one of the organisers of it.
They were great stories there, and that's it for another year.
But we can't sign off without bringing down our production team today. Romy Grigg, Joe Foley, Emma Carter and Giovanna Thompson and Joe Zebedee. Come on down and take a bow, and then we'll get back on with our dissertations.
We're not taking our bow.
Take a bow.
Come on.
Hey!